lowly, it's dark, it's almost imperceptible. They came in by the side door. These creepers do not come in through the front door. They do not openly announce their real beliefs or their true lifestyles. Hear Jude this morning. They slipped in secretly. The front door entrance is through Jesus Christ. He says, I am the door. They did not come in through him. Creepers use godly language. They seem to be saying the things we believe, but they have been redefined, and they have redefined all the terms. Their aim, listen, is to get accepted, to be trusted, to get elected to office, to fill every position. They bring in others of their own kind. Are you listening? Certain men have crept in unawares. They infiltrate the church, and they begin to monopolize the decision-making process. Often the rank and file awake too late. By then, they are too deeply entrenched to be expelled easily. They're sneaky. They're creepers. They're cunning. And if they are to be ousted at all, it will take a full-scale battle, and many people will get hurt. That's why Jesus, when the servants in the parable said, should we go and pluck them up? Jesus said no. Because it will hurt some of the weak. So listen to Jude's warning. He says in verse 4, look at it. He says they are ungodly men. Do you see it? He says they are ungodly men. It means they deliberately, they're not just irreligious, but they deliberately do things that God has forbidden. They're ungodly. They have no reverence for holy things. They have no awe of God. They are ungodly. They do what they do because they is what they is. They deny the Holy Scriptures. They're ungodly. They live a totally carnal, that means fleshly, and worldly life. Totally. The creeper is ungodly and unbelieving by deliberate choice. Creepers are not backsliders or someone who has unhappily fallen into error. He, she is a person who has deliberately repudiated the truth. And they abide and reside in every church that's open in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Jude says the creepers are not only ungodly, look at it, verse 4. He says not only are they ungodly, but they are also unholy. You wanted to know who the creepers were. Here they are. He, she, Jude says, turns the grace of God into lasciviousness, perverts the teaching of the grace of God. They actually use it as a license to sin.
All right.
Listen at what they say. If God's grace is greater than all my sins, the more I sin, the more God will exhibit his grace. Jude said, turns. They turn the grace of our God into lascivious. They turn. It means to turn something into something else. It can be in a good sense or it can be in a bad sense. In the bad sense, Jude uses the word turns to show how the creepers change the very teaching that should lead believers into lives of grateful holiness, into an excuse for indulging in one's own evil nature. Lasciviousness. It means excess. It means a lack of moderation, absence of restraint. It's native to an unregenerated heart. Let me show you what Jesus describes as lascivious. In Mark 7:22, here's what Jesus says. What comes out of a man defiles a man. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceeds evil thoughts, adulteries, fornication, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lewdness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these come from within and defile a man. You have heard Jesus describe who the creepers are. And they are in the church. Any of you wonder sometimes why the waters are so troubled sometimes in the church? It's because certain men, that includes women, have crept in unawares. And they are in every department. They're in the pulpit, they're on the deacon board, trustee board, they sing in the choir, they're on the usher board. They're busy bees and willing workers, missionaries. They're in every area and they crept in and they are ungodly and unholy. Peter describes them as having filthy lifestyles. 2 Peter 2:7. And he likens it to their lifestyle in Sodom. A creeper will stoop. A